Well, good morning to you. Welcome to Up to the Minute. Happy 2022. That's right. We're back. Good to be back on the air. Just good to be back, period. It seems like it's been a long couple of months. Dr. Tony Rayos Sutherland is joining me right now as my co-host. Tony, good to see you. Happy New Year to you.
Yes, Happy New Year. It's a brand new start. Can't wait.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I've got to say, this is, about last week, we all know around Thanksgiving time, I came down with COVID, and boy, was that fun. Not. Anyway, finally recovering from that. It was this morning. I feel like I'm finally getting back to life. I went for a run for the first time in like 2 months this morning. It's just life is coming back. We got a brand new semester. It's a brand new year. So it's a great way to start things out.
I'm looking forward to it. The last 2 years, but this year, brand new start. And it's a beautiful day outside, too.
It is a glorious day. Beautiful out there if you haven't seen it yet. Hey, we got a great show lined up for you. It's Music Monday. Some special guests are going to join us. First things first, we are now on HCCTV 3 times a day. That's right. You can, if you don't catch us live on Facebook or YouTube, you can watch the rebroadcast at noon, 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's right. On HCCTV, check your cable for the provider for the channel. And we're also in social media, Tony.
We are looking for Houston Community College District, not just HCC, because there's a lot of those. Houston Community College District. Go to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, just about any place on social media. We're there.
All right. A lot of things to unpack this show. It is a jam-packed show. Last year, Tony, before we wrap things up, I said, we got to get Darin Baskin on the show. We haven't seen him in a while. He's a good friend of the show. So you're going to be talking to him shortly. He's joining us right now, Dr. Darin Lamar Baskin. Darin, how are you?
Well, Happy New Year to you, Todd. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better. And look at Tony, one of my faves.
Well, you're going to get a chance.
He's my mentor when it comes to faculty stuff, whatever. He's my mentor.
He's the go-to guy. Yeah, I know. If we were all in prison, Darin would be the one that would get us cigarettes. That's the way things work. We go to him for all of our needs. Darin, we're looking forward to talking to you very shortly. So stand by, grab a cup of coffee. Dr. Tony's going to be with you in about 10 minutes.
Amazing.
All right. We're going to kick things off this new year, new show. It's Music Monday, and we got a very special guest, friend of mine, Ruben Dominguez, broadcaster and reporter from Fox 26 News. Ruben, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me on, Todd. Happy New Year to you. Very excited to be able to spend a few minutes with you.
Yeah. So last year I did get a chance to catch your podcast, or I should say you do a Facebook Live from Cactus Music once a week. We're going to talk about, and I got a chance to catch it a few times. Love the show because you were going to talk about some new music in a second. But first, saw some videos you posted last year with a new band you're working with, the Fatal Jets. Tell us, and folks, if you don't know about it, Ruben is a wonderful musician. He's a great guitarist. He has a fantastic collection of guitars. But tell us about this new band that you're working with, the Fatal Jets.
Yeah, so Fatal Jets started as a recording project like 15 years ago. We were in the studio, we recorded. It was a 6-song demo, and in the middle of recording it, there was a falling out with the 3 band members.
Oh, that happens.
To the point where I walked out and said, done. So this recording, it wasn't lost, but I wasn't actively wanting to do anything with it until about 2 years ago. Well, right before COVID, the guys said, hey, we should do something. And 15 years passed, I wasn't mad. So we got together, we figured out a name for the band, and we wrote about 10 more songs and started playing gigs around town.
And are these guys you worked with in other bands before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So y'all had a good relationship, then
Absolutely.
It went sour, then it's good again.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
Good. The way things work with bands.
Yeah. So if you're in the mood for slightly average original dad rock and you see the name out there, come out and see us.
Next time you play, send me a message, and I want to go check you out. I know you guys played like Continental Club a few months back.
You will be wildly underwhelmed, but I'll let you know.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
There you go.
All right. The show you host with Cactus Records is called The Drop. Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, I've watched it a few times. I like the fact that you guys not only review new music of the week, it's a great place to check it out. You'll show them. And you were talking vinyl and some CDs, folks. Vinyl, of course, is my major pick. But you also review, which is huge right now, these compilations and reissues. Y'all do that on the show as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Box sets are and reissues are super hot, and coming into the holidays. I mean, people that stuff was flying out the door at Cactus Music. Yeah. For example, Kiss just did a box set for their album Destroyer, which I think turns 40 or something this year. And it's pictures, it's outtakes, it's live versions. It's the box is like this big. I mean, it's like $200, but there's a lot of that kind. Tom Petty, I think, kind of really kicked off this renaissance after he had passed. They released Wildflowers in like a 5-album box.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many out there to get, right. And it's such a hard thing. I love picking up new vinyl, and that's certainly on my list. I hate to say it. We're going to talk about new music, and we talked about it earlier, but before the show started, the only real new album of 2021 I bought was the new Jackson Browne album. I bought a lot of new vinyl, but they were reissues and old stuff that I was replacing. But I've got to say, the new Jackson Browne album is pretty darn good.
That one, when we do the drop, which is every Thursday at 12:30 live from Cactus Music. And if you're on the Fox 26 Facebook page at that time, it'll pop up and you can watch it, which is fox26houston.com or on the website, or Fox 26 Houston on Facebook. Anyway, that is one that we did not get to this year, but so much, a ton of stuff comes out. You'd be amazed how much stuff comes out in 1 week.
So let's hear your top 5 of things you liked in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. So this for me, and this is stuff that I found myself going back to this music, and it was similar to some other top 10s and 20s and stuff. I just did a top 5 because I'm lazy. And these are in no particular order,
okay.
But I'm going to throw out definitely Casey Musgrave's album.
Yeah. Okay.
Star-Crossed is I think worth everybody's attention. Her voice is just glorious, and it's a breakup. It's a divorce album. So she went through a very messy divorce, and a lot of the music chronicles that. There's a couple of songs on there that I don't think are that special. But most of the album, I think, is just, I don't know, it's just got a real magical quality about it for me. I think it's a home run. Then I'm going to go to an artist that you guys may not have heard. The musical project is called Japanese Breakfast. The band is called Japanese Breakfast. It is the artistic vehicle of Michelle Zauner. Incredible lyrics, incredible sounds. Just it's deceptively simple sounding, and it's just beautiful.
Japanese Breakfast. Okay, I'm going to check that one out on Amazon Music.
The album is called Jubilee.
Okay.
Then also there is a band. Again, probably you're not going to be very familiar with them. They're called Deaf Heaven, all one word. They mix like extreme metal and like shoegaze together. But for this album, they went with their lighter ambient side. It's called Infinite Granite. It's an amazing record to just put on, leave it in the background. And if anybody comes to your house while it's on, they're going to go, "Oh, what is that?"
That's pretty good. All right. Deaf Haven, Japanese Breakfast, and Casey Musgraves. There's 3.
Yes. Rolling through here. All right. So, you know me. I'm a rock guy, metal guy, hardcore punk. I love everything. I love aggressive music as much as I love jazz. There's a band called Turnstile that released an album called Glow On. But it's really interesting because they've taken the classic East Coast kind of hardcore vibe, but they've made it incredibly melodic, and they've put in some moments that you would not expect or normally find in this kind of music. And that one definitely made a lot of people's lists. And finally, rounding out the top 5, a group that has been getting, or artist that has been getting a lot of attention from Africa, Mdu Mokhtar. It sounds like nothing you've ever heard before. It's kind of rock. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but anybody that's heard it loves it. It's made a ton of lists this year. It's their latest album. I want to say it's called Afrique. It escapes me. Anyway, definitely worth checking out if you're looking for something different, something, from, and the good doctor here who you're going to be talking a little while ago, he said, man, Adele didn't make your list.
I know. Yeah. But everybody loves Adele.
Adele is like air, we all breathe it.
Loves
we
Adele.
Don't have to say it, it's Adele for God's sakes. But yeah, so that's my top 5. And hopefully if you guys check some of it out, you'll like some of it.
We'll check it out. Real quickly, I know you're a proud TSU grad. TSU got in the news a couple of months ago because Megan Thee Stallion is now a TSU grad. You're an alum along with Megan.
Yes, and Megan's album is fantastic, and it's not the style that I spend most of the time listening to, but I know a lot of people I know a few people that know her and have worked with her, and she deserves all the success she's getting. A great ambassador for Houston too.
Ruben, it is always wonderful to see you. Great pleasure. I want to thank you for being on the show. And next time you're playing with the Fatal Jets, let me know. I'm going to be out there.
Absolutely.
Take care. Stay safe, my friend.
See you guys.
All right. Okay, Tony, some great music for you to check out. And if you want to know more about Ruben, we'll put some links in our social media posts where you can follow him in social media and check out his show, The Drop, every Thursday on KRIV Fox 26's Facebook page. All right, Tony, take it away. Darin, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Darin. Dr. Darin Baskin. Ooh.
Hello, Dr. Tony.
Yeah, all these letters behind our names. I don't know.
Yes. And we look at that.
Yes, especially in academia.
Yes.
Well, you're the new director of HCC's Faculty, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiatives, correct?
Yes, I am. Thank you. This position was designed to be a bridge between instructional services and our diversity officer, Dr. Donna Davis, in order to capture a lot of the DEI issues that might fall through the crack in instructional services. And so it's meant to be housed in instructional services, but to work across the aisles with the entire college. And so because I have such a rich history in faculty and understanding the way faculty think, they just tapped me for the position. And so it's exciting. There's a lot going on. So
well, you're the perfect person for it. I mean, I love you. You already know that. Okay. There's a DEI conference that's coming up. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, we are planning to host our first Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Conference for instructional services that's going to center around faculty, the classroom, faculty issues, student issues, concerns. And so we're excited about it because we're also doing it in the month of April. Our plan is to host it in April. And as we both know, April is Diversity Month. And so we have in our minds, we can come up with like the perfect conference and the perfect lead up to the conference. But when I tell you that we have so many great ideas of how we're going to put this together and how we're going to trickle it across the month of April, it's going to be exciting. So we're looking forward to it, and we're hoping to get a great turnout. And I hope you come.
Oh, I will definitely be there. And I love the fact that there's so many different components to it. There's so many, like you say, there's faculty and there's staff and there's, everybody's coming together, which is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, you literally hit the nail on the head. We have to understand that we're trying to build a sense of belonging at the organization. And so in order to do that, everyone has to feel like that they belong and that they have a piece of the college. And we're working on it, and we are doing everything we possibly humanly can to ensure that everyone feels that connection to the college. And so this is just one of those stops that we're going to make along this journey of getting a better understanding of each other. And so when you look at the college, you notice that we have all the pieces. We're just putting them together now. And so exactly. It's just like that mosaic that we always talk about. We have the pieces, it's just putting them together. And once we get them together, they're going to fit together so perfectly. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
I was just thinking of that before you even said it, about the chancellor always talking about the mosaic and the different pieces that come together. And when they come together, it's so beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Well, now, you always, whenever you put something together like that, you always create a mission and a vision statement and all of that. Have y'all come up with that so far?
So, and we are currently in the process. We have a really good framework. And we have a really good team working on it. And so we are just about ready. We're not ready to share it yet, but it's always good to know that to put it back on us so that we know we're working on it. And so just by you asking me the question, that puts us back on our toes again to ensure that we're getting the work done. And so I appreciate that. And we are just about there. And what we're going to come up with is it's going to be something that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable, and also hopefully designed around that sense of belonging.
And, I know that you worked a lot with the Center for Healing Racism. Are you still working with them? How does that connect with HCC?
So as with everything else, the pandemic has put a lot of things on hold. But what it cannot stop, it cannot stop a movement that is designed to work. And our DEI initiatives are a movement, and they are going to work. So I have been in constant communication with individuals at the Center for Healing Racism, and we're going to work together. We're just trying to find the perfect vehicle for us to work together on. And I'm thinking we're going to probably try to invite them maybe to the conference that we're going to have. I think that would be a perfect space to introduce them as well as a partner in our DEI movements.
That's wonderful. And, talking about employees, the different people that are part of HCC, I know that we put out what we call a climate survey. How is that helping DEI? Well, what does that do for you?
So, it's great that you bring that up as well, Tony, because in order to promote any type of DEI work or DEI changes, you must first understand the culture in which we're engaged in. And so a climate survey at Houston Community College lets us know, and it gives us the information back on how the organization is feeling. And a lot of people, you might hear them say, well, you're not getting really good responses from a climate survey. We are. And we're getting good responses. It's just going to come down to what are we going to do with those responses, and how are we going to take that information and convert it over to, that mission statement and that vision statement and the goals that we have in place. And so that has been the beginning. It has allowed us to start and spark the conversations that are at the beginning of our DEI transition. And so it definitely is a useful tool. And look out, because you're probably going to see another one coming down the pipe real soon.
Actually, I like those things, especially the fact that it feels very anonymous. Because, that's really one reason why I think a lot of people are a little, I don't want to answer those questions because, maybe they'll know who I am and blah, blah, blah. But if it's anonymous, you can be more free to say what you really feel about the situation, which is what you and the rest of us need to know in order to work it,
Oh, yeah. If we're not getting true, accurate responses, then there's no way that we can make the changes that are necessary for the college to flourish.
Absolutely. Now, are you still meeting with all departments? I'm sure you are, to discuss the DEI related issues. That's the bread and butter of, I think that's the bread and butter of DEI work, is to meet with anyone who is involved or engaged, any stakeholder that is involved and engaged in the work that you're doing and how that work will support them. And so for us, we're doing the work in DEI for the college, whether it's instructional services or student services. We're doing the work to ensure a better workplace and a cleaner workplace for everyone who works at Houston Community College. So yes, I am still meeting with the different departments, meeting with different individuals, meeting with department chairs. So yes, we're rolling. And DEI has podcasts now, monthly podcasts. We got one coming up. Are you involved with that?
So that is our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer, Dr. Donna Davis' baby, and she is doing a great job with that. And I would like to just encourage more people to log in to even engage with her during those podcasts, because they are very, very good.
I know,
hey, Darin,
I enjoy them.
I've got a question before you go, or actually just something I want to work with you on. So April is Diversity Month. So why don't we work with you and Dr. Donna Davis, and you can help us line up some guests for that month for Up to the Minute.
That would be amazing, Todd. That would truly, truly be amazing.
So let's plan on that.
Okay, we're good. We can plan that.
That sounds good. All right, Tony and Dr. Darin Baskin, Director of HCC's Faculty Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiatives. You'll see him on the show in April again, I'm sure. He's going to help us with some guests on that. Darin, it's always good to see you.
Hey, it's so good to see you guys, and I'm so glad you're doing much better. And Tony, you know where you sit, right here.
Yes.
All right. There you go. Thanks, guys. All right, Tony, we got a few announcements to kick off the new year. You know, students have returned to class. There'll be a lot of them doing it virtually because of Omicron. You know, that seemed to pop up while we were gone, really, for the break. I think myself, you know, we had one of those breakthrough cases, being fully vaccinated, but I don't think it was the Omicron thing. I think we caught another variant, but while we were on break, Omicron popped up, and that seems to be everywhere right now. And that's going to be changing our operations here at HCC. So if you're a student, you'll be hearing, if you have not, you'll be hearing from our administration as to which classes are being done online, which ones will be in person. We're kind of watching things and waiting through the end of the month, and we're taking it easy here at HCC. But we've got some announcements to make because of COVID. All of our student art exhibitions are virtual. Student artists from all 6 HCC campus art galleries are continuing to use Instagram as their gallery walls for juried exhibition for last semester. It goes on through January 10th, which is today, through the HCC Virtual Arts Center. It's available to view right now on Instagram. Make sure you check them out. We'll have a link in our social media post. And Open for Business Entrepreneurial Initiatives program is back, Tony.
Yes, the HCC's Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives has begun this project for minority women-owned businesses. And they have different things going on, like one is called Women's Wednesdays. It begins January 12th. It's from 12:30 to 2. It's both virtual and in-person sessions in business and leadership. And all these things have a registration limit of 100 registrants, so you have to register pretty early. Then there's the Business Model Canvas Workshop. They have 3 virtual workshops for that this month. Those are Fridays, January 14, 21, and 28, 10 to 1 p.m. And then the Business Digital Academy. Those are virtual and in person also, offering marketing strategies and social media tactics. Those are Wednesdays beginning January 19th, 8:30 to noon. So there's a lot of things that you can be a part of.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, we were talking about this earlier with Dr. Baskin, but the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion podcast series, Dr. Donna Davis, you can join her virtually live on HCC's webpage or on their webpage, but also in our social media. It's from 11:30 to noon this Thursday, January the 13th. The topic is called Let's Talk Equity. And guest will be Dr. David Cross, Director of Compliance, EEO and Compliance here at Houston Community College. Check the links in our social media post after the show. They'd like you to register for the event, but make sure you watch them. Presidential honor. Congratulations to one of our own, Tony.
Donnell Cooper. He is HCC Acres Homes campus manager and adjunct professor. He received the Biden Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for 4,000 volunteer hours over 15 years. That is a lot. He also aided in the HCC Black History Committee scholarships and is president of the national nonprofit Greater Houston Frontiers Club with more than $2 million Harris County scholarships. So he has done a lot for the community, and we definitely congratulate him.
Absolutely. Congratulations to him. Okay, New World, New Dimensions, Fashion in Film Collaboration. The EduTube Fashion Show is an HCC art and design collaboration to provide students the problem-solving skills necessary to excel in 21st century. Accredited by the National Association of Schools in Art and Design, NASAD as they're called. New World, New Dimension was created by faculty, staff, and students from fashion merchandising, filmmaking, theater, photography, XR lab and studio, and cosmetology. It's going on through January 17th. We'll have some links on how to view it in our social media post. I think we're also showing that on HCCTV, aren't we?
I believe so. I believe so.
So you can also catch it there as well. One thing to keep in mind, because we've got some board meetings that are happening this Wednesday. I'm going to be involved with those along with a lot of our staff. Because of that, it starts at 9:30. We're going to be streaming stuff live. So we will have no up to the minute this Wednesday because of swearing in of new Board of Trustees members. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll have a show tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday and Friday, of course. And the next week, we're back up, with, I believe, on Tuesday because of Martin Luther King Day on Monday. So a lot going on, but keep that in mind. No up to the minute this coming Wednesday. Spring semester, you can still register for that, Tony.
Yes, you can. And remember, we will have after January, let's say probably starting in February, we'll have different kind of ways, the online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid in person, and hybrid lab. But do, as we said before, check out from information from your instructors and all about what's happening at the very beginning. I know that I'm teaching a hybrid, but at the very beginning, it's going to be online.
Right.
Exactly.
So students, your professor will be letting you know what the status of your course is. A lot of them are going online. We're wrapping up the show. Tomorrow, we've got Tasty Tuesday, a special guest, and also presidents of our colleges are going to be visiting us. We'll start with Dr. Mike Edwards, who is the interim president of HCC's Northeast College. Always good to see him. All right, Tony, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see all of you live right here, 10 a.m. up to the minute.